welcome back to Story Corner with Macmillan. I'm Rebecca and I'm going to tell you a story today called The Snail and the Whale. Can you see all the things on my table today? We've got a lobster and a little diver, and he's swimming around the sea because we've got all sorts of fish, a seahorse, and even, what's this? Do you know what this is called? You're right, an octopus. And how many legs does an octopus have? Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 legs. 8 legs with an octopus. There we are. He lives down in the bottom of the sea as well. Now then, my story is all about 2 animals who live here in the sea. One of them is a very, very, very big animal, and one of them is a very, very, very small animal. Let's have a look. They're hiding here behind the waves in the salty sea. Let's see the big animal first, shall we? Wow, yeah, look at that. It's a humpback whale. Okay, do you know that these animals can be 16 metres long? They're enormous. Wow, and they swim through the seas and they call to each other. Whoa, 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 like they're speaking. They sing underwater. They're so big, these animals. They're enormous. So there was our great big humpback whale. What about the other animal? Let's find him. Where is he? In the sea as well. But this one is little tiny. Can you see? Can you see the little tiny snail? A sea snail. Oh, he's tiny weeny. Let's put him on the front there. See if you can see him. He's very small and he lives on the rocks next to the sea. There we are. He could sit there on this rock next to the sea and look out at all the boats and the ships and the fish and the whales all going by. So we've got 2 animals, one small one, one big one in our story. Are they very, very different? Well, they eat different things and they live in different places, on the rock, in the water, and they have babies in different ways, little whales, and the snail has eggs like a chicken. But sometimes they're very similar. They both swim. They can't fly. They can't walk. But this one, do you remember how big he was? 16 metres. And this one, well, more or less that size. Pretty small. So there we've got our 2 animals for the story. And they have an adventure in the sea. Let's cover them over with the sea again. Are you ready to hear the story? Come with me. Once upon a time, there was a little sea snail. A tiny, teeny sea snail who lived on a rock by the sea. He lived on a rock with his other friends, the sea snails, and they looked out every day over the sea. And this sea snail, he had an itchy foot. He wanted to travel. He didn't want to stay on the rock with his friends for all his life. He wanted to go out and see the world. He knew there were things out there and he wanted to see them. So he decided to ask for help. How are you going to move around the world? How are you going to travel around the world? Said his friends, the other sea snails. I'm going to write a message, said the snail. And so the snail went very slowly over the rock. And with his slime, he wrote a message on the rock. And the message said, Lift wanted around the world. Will anybody take me on a trip round the world? Please, I want to visit the world. I'm so small and the world is so big, said the snail. And he sat on the rock every day and every night, waiting to see if somebody would help him. And one night, who should swim up but an enormous humpback whale. And the little snail said, please, can I come with you? Can we see the world? And the whale said, okay, jump on my tail and we'll go and visit the world. So the snail and the whale sailed off around the world. Here was the snail. The snail, can you see him? On the tail of the whale. And they swam around the world. Where do you think they went? Let's have a look. Whoa, look at this. Look at all the oceans and the seas. And the snail and the whale went everywhere. They went near Australia. They went to Antarctic. They went through the Pacific. They went through the Atlantic in the south, the Atlantic in the north. Oh, the Indian Ocean. They went all the way around the world and they saw fish and whales and sharks and boats and monkeys and icebergs and all kinds of different amazing adventures. Fantastic in all the seas of all the world. Oh, it was such a wonderful trip. And the little snail said, oh, I feel so small. The world is so big. And the whale said, oh, you're just right. And they sailed through the seas. But one night, boom, there was a terrible storm and the waves were really high and the wind blew and the waves took the whale out of the sea and up onto the sand. No, don't go on the sand, said the snail. You'll get hurt. I can't help it, said the whale. Oh, and the whale was stuck on the sand. Oh no, I can't get off. I can't get back to the sea. What could the snail do? The snail was worried. I've got to help my friend the whale. I've got to do something. And at that moment he heard, ding-a-ling-a-ling, come to school, children, come to school. And he saw on the hill a little school. So the snail went as fast as he could to the school. And he went in to the classroom. And there was the blackboard. And the teacher, next to the blackboard, saw the snail. Ah, a snail, a snail. But the children in the school watched as the snail wrote a message on the blackboard. Slowly, he crawled all over the blackboard, writing his message. And the message said, save the whale. So the children all ran out to the beach and the teacher telephoned the fire brigade. And the fire brigade came. Nino, 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 Nino. And all the fire brigade, all the firemen and all the firewomen, all the children from the school teachers and all of the people from the town helped to dig and pour water onto the whale until the whale could go back to the sea, and he was safe. Thank you, thank you, thank you, said the little snail, and he joined his friend back on his tail, and they sailed again away from the fire brigade and the children and the school, and they sailed back all the way back home to their rock. And on the rock there were all the snail's friends again, and the snail and the whale told the friends all about the amazing adventures that they'd had all around the world, seeing octopus and fish and sharks and lobsters and monkeys and icebergs all around the world. They said it was a fantastic adventure. And the other snails on the rock said, "Oh, could we come too?" And the whale said, "Of course. Jump aboard." And they all climbed onto the whale's tail and set off once more on an adventure around the world.